Selling my 54 Fleetwood. I just want to give you a look at it through video, talk about it a little bit. Probably should have wrote some stuff down before I did this, but I didn't, so let's just try and go through it and see what I remember. It is extremely rust-free. The car was bought new by the grandfather, then passed to the son, and then sold to the grandson. I bought it from the grandson. The car was kind of a burden on him because he just wasn't a car guy. It would sit around and then cost him money every so often. He needed to talk to his father before he sold it, but I ended up buying the car. I thought it was, just rust-free, extremely rust-free and nice and well cared for and original, and thought I'd do something with it, but I haven't. So let me walk you around it. The paint has no clear on it. It's a real chalky white, and it's dirty. It's just been sitting outside for a long time. I did wash it, and it was kind of milky from the chalky white paint. So it is dirty, and I don't know if the paint would actually clean up, but it is dry, and the trim and the chrome is very nice. It's not perfect in every area, but this chrome is nice and straight and shiny and real decent. Look at the grill. It looks good. This is a car that needs a little interior work and a paint job, or you could drive it as is. But let me walk you around it a little bit. The tires are a few months old. I haven't driven the car at all other than around my neighborhood, and it runs fantastic. I had the carburetor rebuilt. It took me 3 times to have the right guy rebuild it, and it was incredibly expensive, but you could eat off the carburetor now. It's so beautiful and runs so good. Starts great every time. One thing about these cars is all of them that I've seen, this rear exhaust bumper, the side piece, they're all rusted. Every one of them have rusted holes on the bottom. These do not at all. I don't know if you can see it or not, but those are not rusted through, like all of them. I wish I could keep them for my 49 custom project, but they belong more on this car. They're original to this car. The chrome and trim is really nice. Car's nice and straight. Paint's not real good. And it's a Fleetwood, so it's fully optioned. Oh, you can see the windows here. When I got it, all 4 windows worked. Now, the windows work when they want to. Sometimes 2 of them work, sometimes 3 of them work. I haven't got all 4 of them to work since I started messing with it recently. But I don't know why the windows, do what they want, but they just work when they feel like it. Which I think you could fly in this car. You could fly in from anywhere and drive this car home. That's how good it runs. But if the windows don't roll down, you'll probably die out here in the desert, so that would be a problem. The driver's door pad is by far the worst. It got some water damage. It's really not that bad really when you look at it, and it could be dealt with, but it's the worst out of all of them. The steering wheel is beautiful. I'm a sucker for a trim ring that isn't broke like most of them are. Let me show you the interior. All this stuff is in really good shape. all this trim. It's not all pitted up. I'm from Detroit, where, you know, that's how cars are, and they look horrible. And, you know, you really can't fix them. Fixing them comes at a huge price. This wouldn't be like that. Look at the dash. Look at the stitching in the dash. I don't know if it's original, but it sure looks nice. This blower actually, I don't know, with the car off, it'll turn on. It actually turns on the air conditioning. Yeah, with the car off, I guess it doesn't turn on. I don't know what it would take to get the AC running. There's, you know, it's a Fleetwood, so there's an AC unit in the front and the back. Check this out. This is really cool. I don't know if someone added this or if this is original to the car, but it's got this clipboard that's really cool. And what's really cool is whoever owned it, the family that owned it, took such good care of it. They didn't even scrape up the dash with this. But I might be scraping it. They didn't even scrape up the dash with it. Every time it's come out, you know, for, I don't know, 50 plus years. But it hides away and stores underneath there. I think that's cool. Here we go, Fleetwood baby. You know, maybe you're a caddy guy and you've owned 30 Cadillacs, blah, 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 all different kind of years. But until you've owned a Fleetwood, you're not a caddy guy. Here's the other door pad. Here's the interior. It actually looks worse to me, a lot worse to me through the camera than it does with my eyes, but that's how it looks. I mean, it's dirty, it hasn't been cleaned, so it's discolored. But there's the other door pad. And here's the rear seat. As you can see, the sun has killed the back of it. And the headliner is awesome. Absolutely awesome in this car. It hasn't been touched. There weren't kids touching it. The headliner's awesome. Okay, I know I'm running long. Let me show you the engine compartment real quick after I show you those Dagmars one more time. I gotta put you down. Here's the engine compartment. Super stock. I have not cleaned it up. I've never cleaned an engine compartment since I was a kid. When I was a kid, my first Cadillac, I cleaned, washed it at the power washer, and it didn't run right for a week. So I'm not big on cleaning engine compartments. But you can see how stock it is and dirty. You can see the dirt. Listen to the sound when that shits. I love that sound. The only rust in the car is right here where stuff gets inside from the road, and you can see that it rusted this area on both sides of the car. But we're talking nothing. I mean, really talking nothing. And underneath is not rusted, and underneath the trim, I mean, it looks really good. The car is incredibly solid. Incredibly solid. I'm a sucker for cars that are this solid. That's why I bought it. I'll include some pictures underneath that I took. And you'll see how solid this is. The car is not rusted. I love this eyebrow on these cars. 54, 55, 56. I don't know how well it looks through the camera. Here's the electric eye. Cool. See, it was in Texas at one point. Did I walk around the other side? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, the buyer's going to be happy with this. You can drive it across the country. It runs that good. It does, when you start it up, it does have a because I think it's probably ran 200 miles in the last 5 years probably. It does have like a valve tick when you start it up, but it goes away once it warms up. It runs beautiful, doesn't smoke. I'll leave you with the money shot because I love the front end of these cars. Absolutely awesome. Happy bidding.